under the weather, as you can tell. I'm a lot better. So we got one today, and we're gonna get straight into it. So let's get it. Today we have one of my favorites is French toast. Now you can do French toast any way you want. I like to keep it simple. Eggs, what is it? Cinnamon, sugar, vanilla, and if you want to, you can add powdered sugar. You can add fruits. You can do a bunch of different stuff, but usually it's syrup, butter, peanut butter. I mean, the options are limitless. So today we're gonna get into it. So I'm just starting right now. Usually wait about 5 minutes until everyone gets in before we start cooking. So welcome in. Appreciate you guys joining us today. So let's start off what we always do and get some coffee started. Shit. Hi. All right. Angle's gonna get messed up a little bit, so I apologize. I forgot I put this away. Okay. There we go. Didn't get messed up too much. All right. We got our trusty Elvis cup sitting here, and let's make some coffee. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I know it's a little later in the day, but I had a lot of stuff to do, and I was hoping to get it done by now. So I did, and now we're all good. So good to have it all taken care of. You know, life keeps going. That's for sure. So plug it in. I don't know why that was so hard to do. Got our coffee. We got a coffee maker. Let's make it happen. Okay. Oop. Sorry, my hands are all fumbly today. So got our guy. What's up, first person? Welcome in. Feel free to like, subscribe if you enjoy the content. If not, just simply sit back and enjoy it. I'm making some coffee right now. So we got our trusty, boom. What is that? Full House? Maxwell House. So say about welcome in first mountain people. How you doing? Again, we're making coffee until people show up for the first 5 minutes. Make sure our trusty Elvis is sitting there chilling. And today we got the French toast special going down. So I'll show you guys how to French toast like a chef. So about 3 to 4 or 5. You know, depends on how strong you want to make it, right? And then come over here. Always put everything back after you're done using it. That way at the end you don't have to, you know, clean it all up at the end. And I love this coffee maker. Very awesome to have. Very good to have. And again, this is one of those things where we're teaching people how to do things without having to spend a lot of money to do it. So, you know. 4 or 5 of those to like 6 cups is usually what I do. That way it's nice and strong, but it's not too strong. So once the more water you put in, the less strong it's going to be. So, yeah, just getting our coffee all set up while everyone's trickling in. Got our coffee ready and brewing. Homeboy's chilling. All right, we're good to go. So today is basically going to focus on another way that you can stop spending money on like breakfast place, lunch, dinner, all that stuff that are super exorbitant, right? So you go out, say you're going to like your, country breakfast place, right? 4 people, right? You're ending up walking around like, let's say $60 to $80. That's with orange juice, that's with coffee, that's with 4 people eating, even with the kids' breakfast and stuff like that. So we got the coffee. Make sure we're seeing this. Yeah. So I mean, like literally, you're spending $60 to $80, maybe $100 on tip, everything, right? When all you can do is simply make this dish for $20 and you can feed 4 people. So that's what that's what Like a Chef is basically focusing on people being able to make their own things instead of having to go pay $100 for 3 people, 4 people to go eat every breakfast, right? So $100 you save, $20 you get out of that, and then you can feed your whole family for less. So I think I got it here actually. And I know some of you are probably wondering why I don't have my chef gear on. Today again, I'm just feeling free flowing. It's Monday. Let's make a casual Monday. So again, I used a lot of the stuff that we've been using through the last episodes, all on the same things. How you doing, Valerie? Nice to see you. Welcome in. And I usually just go out and buy what I need as it comes in. And again, I hope the video is good, quality's good. Again, I'm off my phone right now, so once we start getting bigger, we'll be able to have a nicer setup. But right now, this is what works, and this is what we're going to do. I also have this camera that I'm going to start using to, get different angles and whatnot. As you can see, she's rip-roaring. So yeah, so basically you come in and you're taking the things that you already had, and so yeah, like I said, I ran out of eggs. Well, then what you're going to do, good, Valerie, thank you very much, is you're going to go and buy some more, right? So you're coming over here and you're going to go buy some more eggs, anything that you need to just widen the thing. But then what you do is you don't just buy eggs in like the small amounts, right? what you do is you come over here and you get the big eggs, right? And these are the ones that'll like last a lot longer, and then you can utilize them for different things. Like we did breakfast tacos last time, omelets right now, and then last time as well, and then we're gonna use them for French toast today. So cross utilization and using it for different things will make it so that the tedious things that just eating eggs every day will be like, oh, now I can make French toast, oh, I can do all that different type of stuff. So awesome. Yeah, Valerie, I noticed you. I always like to support, give some support while I can. So, So just waiting for a coffee to come in. We're at the 5-minute mark. Appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna start making our food. Start making you guys a little bit hungry. I know it's lunchtime, so probably a good time for you guys to enjoy some good food. So again, this is live, off the cuff. Nothing really, this is just me talking to you guys. Obviously, nothing scripted. So if I'm over talking, under talking, I apologize. But as long as you guys are having fun with me, making some good food, I'll show you guys a good product at the end, and you guys will love it. And then you can, take what again used to be $100. You're going out to eat, taking $20, $30, and you can make a whole spread for a whole bunch of people, right? All right, coffee's going. Chicken to the side. And now we're gonna start getting our stuff together, okay? Now what you can do is you can, what's your favorite song? We'll get into it later. We'll do questions and stuff after that. But let's focus on cooking right now. So what you want to do is you want to get all your stuff together and want to get ready before you make breakfast, right? So you're not struggling to get it all together at the same time. And then you're having dishes flying, cross-utilization. No, you want to get it all together at once. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our eggs. And again, when you know that the coffee is done, when this guy stops making noise and starts sputtering out a little bit. So this is going to take like maybe 5 minutes to be all done. So got our eggs over here. And again, you're going to see most of what I'm doing over here. I kind of want to get a little bit of everything, but down the road when we get better, we'll get some better angles and whatnot. But right now, we're just going to show you some good food. So you want to come in and look into your refrigerator, right? Welcome in everybody, 90 people so far. Appreciate you guys. If you guys like it, like and subscribe. If not, no worries, just please enjoy it. And if you don't like the content, you're free to check out someone else, but I appreciate you. So, eggs, right? Easy. And then we got the spices and stuff, right? So what I usually like to do is I'll get some vanilla, right? Cinnamon, and some sugar. And what I do is when I buy things, I don't buy them in small batches. I buy them, especially for sugar and stuff that stays longer, buy in big bulk, right? Go to Costco, get a Costco card and stuff. That really pays for itself. So, so buying in bulk makes it so that when you have, let's say you go to a grocery store, you buy $200 worth of food. Well, that Natalie Ramsey, appreciate you. Let's say you basically go in there and you buy $200 worth of groceries. Well, a lot of people, what they won't do is they won't pre-think about, okay, I can use eggs for three dishes. I can use chicken for 2 to 4 dishes, rice for a bunch of them, right? You want to look at the staples. So what you're doing is if you use sugar for baking all the time, you're going to use it, so you want to get a big bulk one, right? But if you buy smaller, the cost point goes up for each of the dishes that you make, so yeah, that's just a little thing that kind of just shows you the difference between home cooking and chef cooking, where we have to really think about buying bigger bulk and putting more dishes out to get a better cost product or a point for our, sales. Anyways, so we got our sugar, we got our spices, all that stuff. Now we need bread. Bread's the fun one. That's your dependent, right? Awesome, Valerie. Well, happy birthday to your brother. Sorry. What we're doing? Oh, bread. So basically what we're going to do, right, we're waiting on our coffee, is bread's the biggest thing. So it's up to you. Do you want a hard bread? Do you want a soft bread? Do you want a fluffy bread? Do you want a thin bread? Anything like that. What we're going to do is focus on what we have today. And I was going to go buy out brioche. Brioche is always a good point because it's fluffy on the inside, crisp on the outside, and you get that nice, when you slice it, all those mixed flavors together. It's almost creamy on the inside. So I would say today we're going to use white bread. Just the standard, right? You buy $2, $3, you get a whole loaf and whatnot, and then you can use this for sandwiches. You can use it for, sides of bread on your breakfasts. You can use it for French toast. What we're going to do, use it for the French toast. So again, finding things that you already have and not spending more money on other things, like getting a different thing of brioche. It's like, well, I could have done that, and I will do that down the road, but it's more to show you guys use what you have, and then you'll be able to make your cost points go farther, right? So let's see. We got everything. We got our bread. We You have that, meats. Now that's another thing too. It's like if you want to just do French toast by yourself, that's totally fine. What I want to do is I'm going to do French toast with some bacon and some eggs as well, so I can show you everything. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on doing less dishes, right? Because the thing that people like get worried about or lazy about is doing all the dishes. Oh, I can't cook because I have all these dishes. Well, if you learn how to cook on one pan or use one thing or one pot dishes and stuff like that, it'll make a big difference for the cleanup. And then you'll be like, well, I only have to use one pot today. So that's why like non-sticks and things like that are really good to have. So I was going to use two, like one of these and a smaller one, but today we're going to use our flat guy. Now, our flat guy is one of my favorites. I got this at a General or a Dollar General. I don't know if they're around anymore, but I basically got this guy. This thing is amazing. Has enough room so you can put two up here, your eggs and your bacon, and get it all going at the same time. It's a little hot in here, so I apologize. Whew. All right. So our coffee's done. All right. Take our bad boy right here. And if anyone wants to drink some coffee with me, I'd appreciate it. If not, no worries. Maybe it's a little later in the day. Maybe you're having your first alcoholic beverage. You never know. But yeah, and you can always make some coffee and then, you know, sneak a little bit of rum in there. Or I think I have no more rum, so I won't drink any rum with you guys. So yeah, we're just gonna have our coffee. Then again, we know it's done because it's not dripping anymore. Made that little tss at the end. So look at that, perfect. And then we'll take our coffee, put it to the side. Awesome. And there you go. What you would have spent at Starbucks every day, right? 5 minutes from prepping and talking to you guys, just chilling, right? Less than 5 minutes. Boom. Nice fresh coffee. We had our creamer ready. You can add different types of creamers and vanillas. Take your spoon. And what would have been $6? And if you see every episode, we've made coffee. 30 cents probably for that now. So, I mean, let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, responses, anything like that. I always am down to answer any guys' questions and stuff like that to kind of give you my perspective as a chef. So, yeah, I always forget to mention, yeah, I am a chef by trade. I have been working in the professional world of cooking for a long time. And yeah, and it's just want to impart a little bit of wisdom. So, any questions you guys have, let me know. And if not, no worries, just sit back and make some good food. So, boom. $5 cup of coffee for 45 cents, 35 cents, something like that. I'll tab it out one of these days, but yeah, ready to go. Okay. So now we got everything going. Got our flat pan. It's all cleaned, and you can see how easy it is to clean the non-sticks and everything like that, right? So you just take it, and just in case there's a little grease or something like that from last time, take a piece of paper, paper towel, and just go around those edges. That way you make sure everything's nice and clean by that point. And see, that's why you don't want to use any metal or anything like that on top of these guys, because the more that you have dents and cracks and these scrapes and stuff like that, the more that it's harder to get clean by itself, and the less it'll be sticky and available to use every day. So, shout out to Brad. Today we are cooking French toast. Yeah, showing you guys French toast breakfast. So that way you guys don't have to go to your local, you know, country breakfast place and pay $15, $16, $17 for French toast breakfast, you know. And you can have it every day, you know, $20 for your week. You could have breakfast every day by yourself, not having to worry about paying exorbitant prices. So, I mean, honestly, this is just to show you guys, you know. This is easy. This is stuff we can do. If I wasn't talking to you guys, this shit would be already done. But I want to show you guys and get you guys going. So, let's get to it. First off, it's the order of sequence that you put everything in, right? Basically, you want to start with your meats, and then your bread stuff's at the end, and then your eggs kind of more towards the end. So the meats take the longest because you're cooking it, but then you're also using the oils and the fats that come off of the bacon or the hams or whatever stuff that you use, and you want to use it to kind of redistribute into the dish, right? So you get all that flavor to kind of melt together. So today we're going to do... What do you guys think? So we have a choice. We can do bacon today, or we can do sausages, right? And again, this is where you buying in bulk. You can have 15 dishes made out of all this stuff. So we made this last time. So sausage, bacon, or both. Which ones you guys want? Let me know in the comments. So yeah. So again, so before we start grabbing and touching stuff, most important thing. washing our hands. Now we've already touched the bags and stuff. That's not the important part. It's all about when we start putting on the boards and stuff like that. So wash those hands. So as you can hear, I'm not going to turn it so that all of them, okay, sounds good. I'm not going to turn it so I don't mess up the camera and whatnot, but as you can hear, I'm taking the soap, washing my hands, da-da-da-da-da, nice hot water. Imagine your aunt sitting there and you just came out of the bathroom and she's waiting for you to get out and being like, hey, are those hands clean and wet? So, and over here you got your wet towel, dry towel, all that stuff. So, again, having everything where you need it is going to be the most important thing, right? So I have my towels up here. Take your towel. You got one dry towel. And then over here I got a wet towel. That way I can come back and forth. So that's one of the things that makes it easier for everyone to, like line cooks, like where they're able to do a lot of dishes and come back and not have to wash their hands a bunch because they have one dry towel and one wet towel so that they can come back and forth, so they can just wipe off their hands really quick, go to the dry towel, and then start it off. So that's what we're basically doing. All right, so you guys want both? That's what we're going to do. So I like to... I have my main cutting board right here, but I like to have like a side cutting board, especially with meats and stuff. That way I can just throw it in there, and then if I need to use another cutting board, this one's available. So take a little sip of our coffee. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, and then again, go to Starbucks, pay $7, or get one of these guys. Boom, ready to go. We save so much money because we used to drink energy drinks, espresso, and all that stuff, and now, boom, like we got a coffee every day. We don't have to go out and buy it, spend a bunch of money on it, and then we can save our money for like vacations and more important things. So, all right, hands are washed. Got our meats, got everything ready. Let's keep our coffee. Gonna have to move him out of the way. That way we don't have cross contamination. Right? Get our bacon. And again, you want to choose a good fatty bacon and like meaty bacon, good mix of the two. Right, you want to have a little bit of both, so that way when it crisps up, it gets a lot of that flavor, mixed between the two of them. Hi Elvis, yeah. Well, bye Elvis, if anything. So yeah, so some applewood bacon or something that's smoked. A little tool of the trade is when you can't really see it because I took it out of the package, but when they come in. And they're in the actual package when they first come in, you'll see the backs of them. If you check the backs, they have it like this, where they have a piece showing and it shows the cut, right? And that's how you can pick for a good piece of bacon, so it's not just a random thing. There's a back that shows see-through, and a lot of places, they'll either have it just straight up like this, or they'll have a rip, right? And you can kind of peek in. So that's a tool of the trade too. Always check that back area so you can see how much of the distribution is between the two. So yeah, little tool of the trade for you guys. My girlfriend taught me that, so that was pretty awesome. Again, gotta listen to your girlfriend, man. Girlfriends are smart. All right, and again, anytime you're doing one thing, you always want to get it done first, right? And put it away. That way you're not using too many things, and you're not, piling it on at the end, or things aren't getting like cold and hot. And again, we're going back to our wet station, to our dry station. And boom, our hands are all clean from the bacon. And then right to the bacon that we have, okay, over here. And all we're gonna do is just cut this in half, all right? And the biggest thing that takes the most time is the bacon. And what you wanna do, it's like depending on how gotta replug our guy back in. Always remember to turn on the stove and make sure it's getting that right? That's the burner, or trying to the kickstart that thing. If you have it going and you just smell gas, trust me, that's not a good thing. So always make sure you're getting that click, click, click. Okay, turn that on like low, medium heat. And I appreciate you guys being here, man. Like, this is awesome. If you guys are liking the content, like, subscribe. If not, no worries. Please just enjoy. And I'll show you guys some tips. But guys have any questions, just let me know. Ever put honey on the bacon? No, not really. I'm not big on that. Like, bacon's perfect the way it is. If you want to add brown sugar, you want to add chocolate, go for it, man. But I'm all good with just regular bacon. Maybe applewood smoked bacon. I like smoked bacon better, so yeah, I think that's a better way to go. And again, you want to I think we are good on the angles. Okay, so you want to section it off, right? So the meats would be at the top, and then you go for the eggs after, and then da-da-da, right? So we're just going to get it on a low heat, so that way while we're cooking, we can get everything to be presented at the same time. So that's way it's warm, it's all good to go, and you're not having hot bacon or cold bacon with a hot piece of French toast. So And I'm not talking about women. All right, every time you touch the bacon, go back to your wet station. Come over here, wipe those hands off, and get back into it, okay? So again, low heat, that way we can put the whole mix together, okay? So what you want to do is you want to have something where you have a flat surface that's a little bit bigger than the size of the bread that you're using, right? So just take your thing, right? Boom, perfect size. Okay, and then we'll take some of our eggs, and it depends on how much you're going to use. Obviously, if you're going to use, you know, if you're going to make like 10 pieces, 20 pieces, you're going to have to scale up. What I usually say is about 2 eggs to 3, let's say 2 to 4, depending on how much you soak them in and whatnot. But yeah, let's say 2 to 4 pieces, you can have 2 eggs. So scale up from there. You know, if you're having 8 pieces, 12 pieces, 16 pieces, 2, 4, 6, 8, all that stuff. Do the calculations yourself. So, and again, this is where you want to take your board that you had, right? And we can go back to it. Take our wet towel. So if any time that happens, right, you guys saw that the bacon touched it. It's not that big of a deal. But since we have the wet and the dry towel, boom, swipe it off just in case. That way when we're putting it down, the bacon's not hitting that and there's not a bunch of cross-contamination. And then when you have a little bit of bacon or anything like that, just boop, flip it onto the other side. That way you have a fresh way to go, okay? So obviously you guys saw that. I wasn't going to let that slide, so better than that. So our eggs, right, 1 hand, 2 hand, however it is easier for you. Always use it off the surface, not in the surface, because you don't want the egg shells getting in there. So nice tap. You can do it with 2 hands like that. And every once in a while, you know what happens is you get a little bit of egg or shell. Don't be afraid to kind of dig in there. And again, anytime you touch egg or anything like that, wet station, dry station. Okay. So we're gonna use two eggs. I think we'll do like 2 or 3 pieces. I think we should be good. Again, every time you use it, back to it, okay? Our egg's kind of going on its own little thing. Make sure the heat's going on a distributed area, not too high, not too low. If you want to do it faster, you're more than welcome to. Crank up that heat, okay? And anytime you use your knife with the product or anything like that, again, every time you're going, just do a nice clean, boom. Ready to use it for the next product, okay? Put it over here. Take a little sip of our coffee. And then we have our other 2 eggs. We're going to keep, so you guys can see them. Nope, there we go. 2 eggs for our side eggs and whatnot. So, yeah. All right, everything's good. We got that, and then this is when you want to add in the stuff. So I like to add like the wet stuff before the dry stuff. And a lot of times they won't add cinnamon and sugar. Sometimes they'll just add sugar and or vanilla and sugar, or vanilla and cinnamon. So, yeah. And I forgot I already had one open. So you don't need much. Like I only have a little hole. See if you can see, just a little hole, because you don't need much. It's very strong and potent. So maybe like, let's see, maybe like 2, maybe a tablespoon and a half. Let's say about that much. And I like to freehand it because I'm a chef. So, you know, again, if it's not enough for you, then just, you know, add a little bit more. And then take a little bit of cinnamon, maybe about a tablespoon. And then that's why I like to add the sugar to it, because it kind of glazes the actual French toast. Because if you add it, it caramelizes at the end, and you'll get like a really like, oh, just caramely French toast comparative to, you know, whatever. And again, having water in there, you'll hear, you know, you can test your heat in that. And again, we're done with the sugar, we're done with the cinnamon, and we're done with the vanilla. Boom, put it back. And that way at the end, all we have to do is wipe one pan and we're done. And shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Anyone who wants to say anything, please let me know. I have questions and comments that I am happy to answer. Okay? Grab our fork. All right? Always having everything where you need it is the most important thing. So that way you can just grab it, get to the next thing, and over here, boom, we got our little, and if you guys notice, got my little handy dandy silicone kit and everything like that. I'm good, Nishant. Appreciate you joining. And again, this is where you want to like have certain things for certain tools. So you could use this if you wanted to just grab it with your hands and put it like that. But I like to do certain things for certain things. So we'll have both of those ready. Okay, come back, and again, this is where like coming and doing everything at once makes the biggest difference. And I almost forgot you guys wanted the sausage. So again, having everything out, everything's ready to go. So they're frozen, and what you're gonna do, section it off, right, 4 pieces. We're gonna put it back in the freezer. Come over here, and what you want to use is, especially if it's frozen, you want to use a little bit of steam. And best way to get steam, sorry, I'm looking for a lid. To get a little bit of steam, a little bit of hat. And what I do is I just fill this with a little bit of water, and boom, something on there. And then you put the lid on there, it gets that steam environment going, so that way you can get it cooked at the same time. And having that low heat makes it so that everything comes out at the same time. Alright, so we got our mixture, right? I'd say 3 eggs is probably going to be, well, we'll see. I think this looks good, actually. And you want to get, again, if you want to use a whisk, you're more than welcome to. Forks are good. Knives, whatever. And all you're doing is just mixing up all that. How much cinnamon? I'd say it depends on your flavoring. Cinnamon's very overpowering. I would say maybe a tablespoon or 2 at most. Like, I would say a tablespoon, even that's much. Maybe like a half a tablespoon for each egg, right? So I added probably like a tablespoon worth. So yeah, I'd say about that much. And again, you want to get it really incorporated. Really incorporated. Get those sides. So that way every bit of that thing is going to be, you know, coated. And again, that'll probably do 2. So I'd say for each one, do 1 egg. 1 piece of toast, 1 piece of egg. Or one piece of egg. 1 toast, 1 egg. And then, yeah. So again, go back and check it out. I showed you guys how much. I'm better at eyeing it. If you want to use measuring cups, you're more than welcome to. I just do this. This is how I do it. You kind of taste it as it goes. And that's how you do batching, right? So again, we have our water environment going here. These guys are good, unfreezing. And then we'll take our bacon and just give them a nice flipperoonie. Sometimes you got to get in there, you know what I mean? You got to get flipping yourself. Get your hands in there. Don't be afraid. That's how you build up the heat tolerance in your hands. Okay. And again, this is where you want to center wherever your heat is onto whatever you're working. So that way it's not centered over here and just these pieces are going. So we'll make this little climate of like grease and water. That way everything gets cooked nice and properly. We'll turn our heat up a little bit, put it onto the side. Boom. Let it go. Alright, and shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. Could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us. Again, any questions, let me know. That's all going, right? We turned up the heat a little bit. Everything's good. Eggs are ready. Dust's ready. We're good to go. Now we just need to chill. And then this is where you can kind of like survey, like maybe I need to wash a dish or 2. Okay, just wash the dish. Hey, how's it going? Quality content. Appreciate you. Again, if you guys are liking this, like, subscribe, you know, up at the top over there. Hit those notification bells. I'm going to do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sorry for last week. I was very sick, so I appreciate you guys being here. As you can see, I'm a little better now. So, yeah, just want to bring you guys some good content, teach you guys how to feed yourself, sustain yourself. A lot of people, man, their finances are in ruins because they just go out to eat all the time, and they don't know how to just, they think that it's too hard to cook, that it takes too long, and with these simple ways, you can make $20, $30 stretch for a whole week and stuff if you need to, especially if you're single. Thank you, quality content. Yeah, no, it's not fun, you know. It wasn't no, you know, cough or anything. It was one of the regular flus or something like that, but it is what it is, and I'm glad you're feeling better. But I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys are having a good time. So, again, turning up the heat, you're going to want to watch. Alright, so we come back here, and our bacon's pretty much almost done. It just depends on how crispy you want it, right? I like mine like a medium well, you know, and then that way you get to soak up all those bits. It's still crispy, still crunchy, and yeah. So just turning over our little spots and making sure our corners are staying in itself, right? Our meat's going to be over here, our eggs are going to be over here, and then our French toast right here. So what we're going to do is in about a minute or so, you're going to want to look, and this is what you're looking for. You guys check it out. You're looking for a little bit of crisp on the outside, a little bit of fluffiness on the inside, and then these guys to not only be fluffy, but to be browned on the end, okay? So we're going to crank the heat up on that push these bacon aside. And this is where it really comes down to using a thing like this. This is amazing. Because instead of having to use one for the meats, one for the eggs, one for that, you can use all the different stuff on the same thing. And as long as everything's cooked properly, there's nothing to be afraid of. Unless you're a vegan or something like that. So that's up to you guys. So yeah, everything's going. Try and get all that juice pulled to the side. And again, every once in a while, if you have a lot of that juice pulling, you want to push it over to whatever's less cooked. And shout out, we almost have 150. I appreciate you guys. And again, having a clean station, having a place where you can put everything and whatnot that you can just come back and use makes it so that it's an easier environment for you to cook. So, and again, bacon's almost done, so what we're going to do, focus more on this side. And now we can start working on our French toast, okay? And yeah, that's actually my bad, again, putting it on certain places, everything like that. Take our bread, and again, this is where you can use whatever type of bread. If you want to use a fancy bread, you want to use a regular bread, you got 4 people you're feeding, you want to keep it under 20 bucks, boom, use some regular white bread. And you want to use something that's a little more fluffier, right? You don't want like a sourdough or something. They don't tend to taste good. Sorry, my girlfriend was the last person to touch this bread. So maybe we can squeeze 3 out of them. But there we go. Got our breads ready, right? And again, having that like fluff, and even having like older bread's good, but you want to have some of that so that it soaks all through that, right? And what I like to do is I'll mix it right before, and boom. Take my fork. That way I'm not using my hands and whatnot, right? I already got my fork. A couple holes don't matter, right? Try not to touch it too much. Boom. And then again, if you want to add more cinnamon, more sugar, anything like that, you can. This bacon's going to be good. So what we're going to do is we're going to line a bowl. Never have your plastic too close to that. That way you don't have it burning. And then you always want to have some plastic, or not plastic, paper towel over on the side. And look at that, nice and cooked. All right, we're good. Take that, drain off some of that fat and that oil because you don't want it to be too hot, too cookie. Boom, ready to go. But save some of it because you want some of that grease to coat the pan. That way it has somewhere to land, okay? And then taking our, and don't let it sit too long, right? This is where you want to get your hands involved. So I'm going to get my hands involved here. So you take your piece, make sure it's nice and greased. Boom, right on there. Take this, get it in there. Boom. And having one clean hand and one like dirty hand will help you so that when you do have to like turn on, you know, a faucet or something like that, you're not getting egg all over the place. Boom. We were lucky to get 3 out. Look at that. Nice. Perfect. Make sure it's all nice and coated. Boom. And right over here, clean hand over to the dish pit. Come back here, nice and easy, all cleaned. Rest there. And then again, look, the perfect spot. And then we'll take our silicone, right? Push it over to the corner. And that residual heat, right? Turn that down. That way that residual heat is doing all the work over there. Right? And then you'll come over here, make sure you're putting your dishes away, right? And then that way, every time you do your dishes, boom, 1 or 2 more things are done. Washing them out, rinsing them out, things like that. Okay? And then, if you need to, you can add a little butter right here for your eggs, okay? And so I always like to have a little bit of margarine and whatever I'm using to flip the eggs and whatnot in this pan. So, and you'll see if it starts to smoke, it's too hot. So you pull that heat away, and then you can just coat that back end, right? Come over here. Got your 2 eggs, 2-egg breakfast style, right? On a flat surface, on there. And again, if you want it, you can do it scrambled, you can do it whatever way you want. But when you have it off the heat, it makes it so that they can kind of create their own little environment and then put it back on the heat, straight to the eggs. And then boom, right there. And see, you're using 4 different areas, right? Letting them cook, that way the outside's all nice and crispy. And then the eggs are over here. And again, come over to our spice station, having everything ready. Okay? A little salt. And again, you can, you know, any type of seasoning that you want. I like to use just a little bit of salt and pepper. You don't need much. Just to taste is what we call it in chefing. Just nice little dash. Okay? And boom. As soon as we're done, right back to our spice kit. Alright. And then from back here, take our bread, put our thing back, boom, boom. Right? Bread station, spice station, cooking station. Having that separation, thank you, I appreciate you. Having that separation makes it so that it's easier for you to work all in the same spot and not get overcomplicated. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, gotta grab a plate, sorry guys. Skills, yeah. If I was a rapper, I'd have bars. Over here, right? Again, having a clean station, everything like that. Taking our one, right? We didn't use our knife again. Boom, done. All we have is this, right? We don't need this. Right into the dishes. So far, we only have 3 dishes, right? And they're almost all the way cleaned. All I have to do is give them a nice rinse through with a sponge. Eggs are going to be done. Take our other one, especially certain things for certain tools, right? You're flipping things, you want to have a spatula. So you take it. A little bit of that egg. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and crispy. Oh, it smells good, you guys. I wish we had smell-o-vision, man. I remember Emerald Lagasse talking about that. Boom. Oh man. You know what? We're just gonna go for sunny side eggs. Boom. Done. And the difference between the regular eggs and sunny side is you're not using water, you're not using anything. You're just getting that outside crisp. And then boom, ready to go. Okay, again, spatula, different things for different things. Right, and this is where you want to come over, and let's get our plating going. So again, having presentation is one of the best attributes, you know, because we eat with our eyes first. And again, having, this is like, they call it mise en place, is when you have a thing ready to go and you start plating from afar. So having that, right, 4 dishes. That one's pretty much clean because all we had was a paper towel. All right, we just got to clean it out regular. Look, these are all done, guys. And then you could see it didn't really crush these because they have firm enough, right? Boom. Coming over here. Let's scoop this over. And this is where like menu creation comes in, how you're gonna plate it and whatnot. And then boom, we're all done, you guys. This is perfect. This looks phenomenal. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring it over. That way everything's landing close enough. All right. This is where you want to take them, pile them on top of each other. And this is a little chef secret for you guys, right? And take your eggs. Look at those. Those are perfect. Boom. Messed up one of our sausages. There we go. Whatever. There. We'll just boop. Okay. Look at that. And then this is what you do. You take your knife, right? And you can see, well, you can't see it. Sorry, guys. Take your knife, pile them up, and then you can see. Oh, look at that. Perfectly cooked. What you can do is you can layer them. Like 3 right there, and then you take the other ones. You can put them into another plate, and you can use them for like a 3 set or something like that. But boom, fanning them out. Look at that. Oh my God, you guys. Look at that. Sorry. Look at that. How much you guys? Let me hear in the chat how much you guys think you would pay for a meal like that. You usually get like 3 set of French toast, right? So let's say you get an extra order of French toast, a side order of French toast, right? And 2 eggs, sausage, bacon. How much do you think this would cost for you guys? Let me know. And I'll tell you exactly how much it will be. And again, after you're all done, back to your towel. All right, cleaning up your station, putting your butter back. And all we have to do is put our butter back because everything else is gone. Boom, done. Take a sip of our coffee, put our knife over here. 4 or 5 dishes, right? 6 dishes altogether so far. And I could do less. I honestly could, but I just wanted to show you guys certain different things. $14.99, yeah, pretty much. I mean, and then you got to think, you get coffee. You have to tip. Maybe you wanted an orange juice. Maybe you wanted a soda. Maybe you wanted dessert, something like that. A smoothie. You know what I mean? You're looking at walking out of there with like $25 worth of stuff. Boom. You know how much I could cost that? Probably like $5. $5 for that. And that's me being like generous and saying like it might be less than that. I could do that for like $3 or something because you buy in bulk. So $3, $15. What's the bigger number, guys? So, and I know you get that aesthetic, you know, you can go out, you have your conversation, but dude, do this in the backyards of your guys' house. Do this in like the front yard. You know what I mean? Like have a brunch together with a bunch of people instead of going out and spending $200 with like 5 of your friends. Boom. You make a bunch of these. Use 2 pans. Everything's cooked. You know, you guys are having fun. You're doing mimosas and stuff like that. Spike your shit with, you know, rum or whatnot, and there you go. Look at that. That is amazing. All right, and everything's pretty much clean. I just need to this one, right? So I'll tell you again, right? So again, non-stick. Look at all that action that we just did. Made a whole breakfast on it. Right. That is not halal. Very much not halal. Sometime I will make a halal dish for you guys. But yeah, that is very much not halal. So yeah. And again, we're just taking our paper towel. Look at that. Right? And again, you're getting all of that stuff off, and you're almost seasoning it, right? You want to get all the crap off there, but that little bit of grease makes a big difference, right? That's how they do it with cast iron. But you don't want to leave obvious grease. You don't want to leave it so that it molds or whatnot. But look, instead of sponging it and adding it to the dish pile, look at that. Nice and clean, you guys. Boom, ready. Boom, done. There we are. Yeah. All right, let me get my chair and we'll talk and we'll take a couple bites. And again, if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. It helps me get motivated, it helps in the algorithm, and and I appreciate you guys. You know, if you do and if you don't, no worries. Just enjoy it. If you don't like it, totally fine. Hate on me, that's good. But yeah, it just gives me more incentive to want to do this kind of stuff for you guys. But yeah, so at this point, this is where I like to take some bites, talk to you guys, see you guys head at. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know. Yeah. I'm from America. I am, well, I guess, yeah, let's get into it. We'll take a bite. Look at those eggs. Those eggs are perfect, dude. No runniness, no white. Yeah, I'm from the U.S. I'm on the West Coast, so it's my favorite dish you can do again and again. Tacos. I can do tacos all day. Yeah, I got my, hold on, let's make sure, you gotta make sure Elvis is the center of attention, you guys. That's his duty. Okay, I almost forgot the most important part, you guys. My bad. So, if you're feeling frisky, this is where your accoutrements come in. Your extra things, your condiments. Boom. Right here. And my name's Gnarly Chef. I don't tell my name on the thing. Eventually people will figure it out, I'm sure. But for now, Gnarly Chef. Boom. Get your nice tacos with guac. You got your syrup. You can do powdered sugar. And this is where having those like shakers, that's what they usually do. Boom, boom, onto the thing they go. You can do butter. You can do anything. A lot of people, they like to do syrup and peanut butter. I never thought of that until my girlfriend talked about it. So it's very delicious. So, but since we're not gonna make a mess, again, this is where you can add whatever you want. You can add powdered sugar or anything like that. But yeah, let's try and get this whole thing in the shot. Oh man. Rama says, what is a simple dish you can make over and over again in the U.S. about 5 minutes? In Indonesia, the dish is content. Dude, the best part about, let's turn this so we can see me a little bit more. Sorry, guys. There we go. The best part about America is it's a melting pot. You can make anything. I mean, honestly, anywhere. It doesn't have to be dish-oriented, culture-oriented, or anything like that. You can make anything anywhere. If you have access to tortillas, meat, cheese, and some veggies, you can make tacos. If you have meat, cheese, and veggies, and rice, you can make an awesome stir-fry. Like, you can do so many different things with the same products. And that is what the point of this is to show you guys that if you buy a bunch of rice, a bunch of chicken, a bunch of broccoli, you're not just eating broccoli, chicken, and rice. If you add egg, if you do soy sauce, if you do different things that you add to different dishes, you'll make a different dish entirely. So that's where people, I think, get, I want to go out to eat and everything like that. Well, think about what you're eating. Most of the time, you're eating the same thing in a different fashion. So, yes, I am a full-time chef. Been taking a break off, trying to do this every once in a while when I'm between the night job and the chef job. So just to show you guys, try and start a channel and see if you guys like the stuff. But this is the second episode. This is the fourth episode, but this is the second episode of Like a Chef. And so I guess this was accidental, but we focused on breakfast today. And throughout the other ones. And so what we're going to start doing is we're going to do breakfast for the most part. Maybe we'll do 2 streams a day where at like 11 and 4 we'll have a breakfast and a dinner. But most of the time it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday for sure. And then either we're going to have a morning one or a night one. It's never going to be the same time until we get a full sure thing going on. So, and then I'm going to also have a line on a Better Kitchen and whatnot. So I will be, like I said, I'm going to be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that'll be the days that I'm on. That way, you know, between you guys' favorite people and whatnot, you can see it, because usually that's when the best content comes out. So, yeah. So let's stop talking for a second, dig into this. I don't like eating on the stream, so I'll take a couple bites. If you guys want me to eat on the stream, that's fine. I'm not a big fan of, like, you know, the chomping and whatnot. So I just want to take a couple bites so you guys know this is the legit thing. So for any of those people who don't like the biting and whatnot, yeah, I feel you. So a little bit of our boom. Yeah, I got you. Doing taste test right now. And again, this comes down to your preference, right? If you want syrup, if you want, you know, peanut butter, anything like that, powdered sugar, you can do whatever. So let's get into it. Oh, man. I'm telling you, that sugar makes a big difference because it caramelizes the outside. Those are perfect. I do think that the brioche bread would have been better, but again, use whatever you have. This is really good. Maybe a little syrup, a little more syrupy. There we go. Oh yeah, look at those eggs. Look at those eggs. Those are perfect. Oh man. Take a little bit of our French toast. Make a little sandwich. Oh, you guys. It's perfect. Yeah. I really like that one. The bacon is like smoky, but it's really good with the syrup. And then when you add it all together, it's like a French toast sandwich. It's super good. I've been cooking for like over a decade for sure. Maybe like 12. Yeah, no, it's lunchtime, so you guys should get some food. Let me clear the throat because I don't like to, you know, chomp when you guys are talking to me, so I apologize. Take a sip. Can you see? I don't know, can you see? Look at that. I mean, there's just 2 eyes of happiness staring right back at you guys. Look at that. Drinking some coffee, guys. You know, like I said, you can add, and for those people who are just joining in, we're doing French toast breakfast like a chef. Look at that. We got our coffee. That's, let's say, $4 or $5 for a thing of coffee. This would probably cost you like 15 to 20 bucks. All right, depending on where you go. And then tip $5 maybe if you're feeling generous. Juice, all that stuff. I mean, again, you guys saw we have the smoothie stuff to make smoothies and whatnot. We can do it for less than $1. I mean, this is just to show you guys. This is, you don't need to go out, and we just came to $40 pretty much, like for one person. That's not even like if you take someone out to dinner. It's crazy. No, I don't have a wife, man. I have a girlfriend. She's at work right now, so yeah. So this is where my time to be able to do this stuff. And again, I have a Chinese market that's down the street. We're gonna do seafood. We're gonna have all different types of stuff. So if you guys are liking the content, please like, subscribe. It gets me more motivated to keep giving you guys good content. Like I said, if you don't want to, that's totally fine. Please just enjoy. But I did see that like 95% of people who watched aren't subscribed, and that's totally fine. But I love that you guys are here with me, and I appreciate you guys. And if you don't want to do it, all good. Just please enjoy the content. So appreciate you subbing. Man, that's a hell of a name. One real alone. Oh wait. I read alone always, sweet like honey. Dude, I love that name. That's awesome. Yeah, she's probably getting real. It is what it is, man. You know, never know. I mean, that's what happens with girls and guys. You never know where they are. But you know, if you're not sure, then you shouldn't be with her. I know where she is, and I know what she's doing. If I had to call her, I could check exactly where she is. She'd video time me. But a lot of you guys can't do that because you don't have the value to bring to to. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it, you guys. Let's just talk about food. All right, let's focus on that. But anyways, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, hope you guys like it. Yeah, shout out to Colby. Appreciate you guys liking the video. But yeah, no, this is, I mean, dude, why spend $25-$30 to go and get a meal that you can make literally for here? We've been on for 50 minutes, and if I did it by myself without talking to you guys, 10 minutes would be done. So, you know, why go out to one of those breakfast places, give them your money, instead of going and having a nice breakfast brunch at your backyard that you worked really hard to get and make a nice back patio for you and never use it. You see some of these nice houses? It's crazy that they don't use those back areas for more parties. So you spend all that money and time and effort to make your house beautiful. Spend more time at it. Enjoy yourself. Why go out to some other place and have them, you know, that's just crazy. But yeah, hey, appreciate you, Junior Beecher, probably say that 5 times fast. I appreciate the sub. You guys are awesome. My dad loves sugar so much he eats it through his nose. Yeah, my dad used to say, shout out to you, Pops. I miss you. He said he saw me eating cereal one time and he saw me adding sugar to it and I was just adding a shitload of sugar and he's like, hey, you want some cereal with your sugar? I was like, nope, this is perfect. So yeah. I mean, dude, what's your email? Yeah, you don't need my email. Then you can just ask on here. I'm here. You know, you're the best place. Why would you want to talk on my email while you have me face to face, man? Ask those questions. I told you from the get go. If you guys got questions, let me know. I'll answer all of them for you. I do want to do a episode where I show you guys how to get a job as a chef or as a cook or as a lineman, dishwasher, anything like that, because it is an easy barrier of access to get a good job that pays close to $20 an hour. Okay, a lot of people, they're barely getting minimum wage and everything like that. So, and yeah, we don't use emails, man. And I'm gonna get an Instagram set up and whatnot. But yeah, shout out to the freak. But yeah, and no hate on that, Deshaun. Like, please just ask me any questions that you want. I'm here. You're face to face with me. I'd rather, you know, give you a better answer than I could over some stupid email. So yeah, shout out to you, and I hope you give me that question. But food's cold. Yeah, it wasn't about, again. I don't like to eat on stream. I think it sounds horrible. People who do mukbangs, it's gross. I don't think. Anyway, you know, you say something, you know, is a very appealing thing to listen to when you guys have it on your phones, have it on your headphones and stuff. You don't want me here chomping in your thing. That's one of my personal pet peeves. I think my night skills are very good. Yeah, shout out to you, Brad. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Brad was the guy who was the chef that was on the other podcast who was talking. Shout out to you, Brad. You were awesome. And if not, then my bad. But yeah, I'm almost certain you were there. But yeah, he seems like he has a lot of... Joe Bob, shout out to Joe Bob. He has a lot of experience. So, sorry about that, P. Solomon. Let me know what you said. JK made that up. Yeah, it's just that it's going fast, so I get caught up in a lot of them. All right, serious chef question: does cornstarch on your balls help with heat? Yes, heat chafing. Yes, that is a real thing. Cornstarch is it. Do you have to make sure it's cornstarch though? Because if you use flour, it doesn't work the same. If you use sugar, it doesn't work the same. No, it's cornstarch explicitly. I've worked in a... Yes, there is movies that have shown that. I know a popular one is Chef. They show him like using the cornstarch on his balls and stuff because it's super hot. I lived in California for a long time, and yeah, no worries, Solomon. Just resend in the question, I'll answer it. Yeah, so a lot of chefs, they do use. Sorry, gotta make sure. I can hear him yelling at me. He's like, "Hey man, over here." Oh no. Yeah, he's looking good. So a lot of people use that stuff, and yeah, you can't use flour, you can't use sugar or anything like that, because flour, when you put it on there, with the water, it kind of clumps, and then it gets gnarly. But just remember, it still clumps. It's going to be gnarly down there. You want to wash it off, but for the temporary, there's a fix. So that's one of them. Another temporary fix is if your belt snaps on the line. A lot of people, they'll use plastic wrap or saran wrap and take a long stretch of it and wrinkle it up. And so it's just one long thing and wrap it around themselves if they're super busy. So that's another tip of the trade. Let's see, Nebraska, yeah, bro, yeah, no, I'm not, I'm a carpenter. Oh, okay, yeah. So there's another Brad in here that was a chef, and he was spitting some mad games. So yeah, maybe let's invite you to Toronto for chef class. Dude, I don't need any chef classes, man. Oh, as in giving a chef class? Yeah, dude. I mean, if I get big enough, I would love to come and do that. My thing is, I want to share my experience with you guys. Doing this over 10 years, I've done fancy cooking, I've done pubs, bars, you name it, I've pretty much gone into it. And so I want to just give you guys my internal experience and show you guys that you can do this. You don't have to go out and eat. You don't, because that's what a lot of people's finances are, is eating and stuff like that. And if you look, I'll give you guys a challenge, some homework tonight. Go and check your bank. If you have mobile banking, go and check your mobile banking and see how much. They have a thing where it shows your finances in a graph. See how much your food spending is, and I promise you, it for most of you, it's over 20%. I guarantee. If you make $1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I am not on Instagram yet, but I will be one day. Yeah, I'm I just started this. This is only the fourth stream, so I want to make sure I give you guys good content, and then we'll start building an Instagram. So yeah, so when we get there, we'll get there. But if not, I'm not trying to, just focus on this for right now, so you guys can get some good value. So yeah, so that's what you want to focus on. You want to, and you can go work some dead end job that you're a factory worker, not a factory worker, a warehouse worker, and you're just stocking shelves or something like that. Or you could, yeah, hey, thank you, Nishant, if you're leaving, and if not, no worries, I appreciate you. But appreciate you jumping in with us if you are leaving, and shout out to you for the good questions. Again, if you have any more questions, anyone, let me know. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, more expensive for girlfriend. But yeah, I mean, so back to what I was saying is you could get a job where you don't have a lot of passion, or if you have passion for food, you can start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. Or you don't need a culinary degree, you don't need any of that stuff. Just start at the bottom and then just start working your way up. And that's how I did it. And I went from dishwasher to 2 months being the manager at a place, and easy peasy. So more expensive with a girlfriend. Yes, exactly, dude. Dude, let's imagine, right? You're a single guy. You make, you're comfortable making less than $50,000 a year, right? You live in a single bachelor pad. You're living off of ramen and stuff like that, and you're just having a good time. Maybe you take my advice and you're like, yeah, I want to cook more. You start doing these more and everything like that, right? And then there's this tree, right? There's a split in the road where there's two directions. One, you can continue to learn and you can cook for yourself, right? And then you can not only learn how to cook for yourself, but also cook for another person, right? Because you've tasted your food, you've worked on it, you made it taste better, right? Then you actually make a career out of it, right? And then you not only make food for yourself, but you also make money off of that, right? So, and the highest salary is over $50,000. Boom, you're jumping up, right? Then you meet a girl. And all of a sudden she says, oh, let's go out to, I don't know, some fancy sushi place or some fancy whatever. And you're like, you know what? I want to really give it to this girl. I want to show her what I can do. So I'm going to make sushi. I'm going to bring her to my house and I'm going to make sushi for her. Boom. You just saved a bunch of money making the sushi. She's more impressed, everything like that. Whereas the other road leads to, now you don't know how to cook for yourself. You kind of just you barely even know how to survive and whatnot. You just know how to do one skill. And then you meet the girl. All of a sudden, she's like, oh, let's go to sushi. Okay, that sounds good. I don't know how to make sushi, so let's just go buy it. Boom, $50, $60, $70, $80 later. Maybe she doesn't take you seriously. Maybe she does. But if not, boom, all of a sudden, no one's being taken care of in that situation. So which is the better route? And again, this is just my personal opinion, but which was better, right? Having it over here where you're basically having self-sufficiency, you can take care of yourself, boom, all of a sudden you can take care of someone else because, boom, you already know how to take care of yourself. Whereas the other person barely knows how to take care of themselves and they have to go pay for everything. So it's one of those things. I didn't finish my college, and is there any chance to become a chef or anything in hotel industry? Yes. I mean, dude, I never went to culinary school. I never did anything. I started as a dishwasher, just got my minimum, and you're paying as you get. Most places want experience over a culinary thing. Like if you're going to Gordon Ramsay or something, obviously you want to have a better. They like those CUIs or whatever they're called, Culinary Institutes, CIA. You know what I mean? But you could get within 5 years, you can literally learn everything and be being paid all at the same time. Because a lot of times it's just like they're teaching you baking, they're teaching you how to like cut onions and certain things, but really you can learn all that on the job, and then you can get a paycheck at the end of it instead of paying 30, 40, $50,000 a semester to go cut onions and stuff like that. So once a week is yes. Brad, once a week is okay to take your girlie out. Hell, it's not about how many times you take her out. It's about the quality of the times that you take her out, right? So if you're saving money every day and you have it going to where you're saving 10, 15, 20, $30 here every day, the next time you take your girl out, you can take her to a better place instead of taking her to like a breakfast place or some like 3-star place. You could take her to Q Bar, or you could take some crazy place. Now you have that money that you went and had mediocre. Now you can have mediocre, kind of all right. And actually, this is freaking amazing. And then like, wow, I'm gonna give it out. But yeah. So I mean, that's just up to you guys. If you want to take my advice, you can. If not, no worries. This is just to show you guys that you don't have to go out to eat. You can make amazing dishes. I've spent over the 4 episodes less than $100 showing you like 8 different dishes and 8 different ways to cook stuff, and we haven't even gone through all the product, and I can still use it. So I mean, if the proof isn't in the pudding, I don't know what it is. And yeah. So any last questions, guys? I appreciate you guys all being here. Just like I said, like, subscribe. If you don't enjoy the stuff, I hate doing this, but this is how, you know, you got to get the engagement up and whatnot. If you guys don't want to do that, that's totally fine. Just please enjoy it. And if not, hate on me, hate love, I'm all good. I'll take it from both sides as long as you guys are ready to take it back. So shout out to you guys staying until the end. I'm trying to make these like an hour long. That way, you know, we're getting not too bored at the end. And then as we get bigger and make sure that we're going to get more lights, better studio, more cameras. As you see, I already have another camera up there. We'll get better angles and stuff, and then, you know, just start working from there. But yeah, so I don't know. I think this is pretty good. I appreciate you guys being here with me. And yeah, I mean, if you guys think going to the breakfast clubs and stuff like that is a better thing, and you go for it, you know. But just be ready to not have as much money when you do it. So we'll read the rest of these chats, and then yeah, we'll say goodbye. Go to my friends live and join for shout out. Bro, I am from India. So P. Solomon says, I'm from India, and is it possible to come to America and join any hotel to be on the process of chef? No, that's the biggest thing. So again, I'm going to have an episode where, and it's not going to be a live one, it's going to show you guys how to have an interview. Maybe, actually, if we do, I think we should do a live interview where it's like, I'm the chef, you guys are interviewing for it. And then what it is I'm going to ask you guys questions that a chef would ask you guys. And I'm going to see how you guys do. And we'll do a live interview that way. I think that's a great idea. So we'll do that. But no, you can't just jump into any kitchen. You know what I mean? You have to prove yourself. You have to build that resume, just like any other job. You know, if you're a construction worker or you're trying to be an inspiring construction worker, like, the want is only going to get you as far as your experience, right? So you go to a construction site and they say, hey, you know, like I'm looking for a job, and it's like, all right, well, let me see your resume. And it's like, no, I've been a security guard for this whole time. It's like, well, you're not qualified for that job. So you have to do is you have to start at like, there's hierarchies, right? There's like the fancy hotels, there's like the dive bars, you know, those are the two like opposite scales. Whereas, and in between there's like pubs, breweries, bars, restaurants, you know, high-end scale, all that stuff. Hey, shout out to you, Joe Bob. If you can, sub on the way out. If not, no worries. I appreciate you guys joining in. But yeah, you know, so you have to start somewhere where it's on that scale on the lower. So you start at a pub. You grind a little bit, right? You can come to America, and then, you know, as long as you're legal and going through all that stuff, you can get in here. And I mean, there's a lot of Mexicans who aren't legal that do it too. But I'm not going to get into that. It's more about going into a place that's not as like upscale, because again, you're going to want to get to that upscale, but if you're not at that level, then you need to work up towards it. So if you don't know how to cook, you should probably learn at home, because if you don't know how to cook at home, you're not going to be able to put out a dish for 100 people, you know what I mean, or learn the skills to do it. So you start like I said, I'll give you my example. What I did is I started as a dishwasher. When I started as a dishwasher, I just did the dishes to the best of my ability. And then eventually someone like quit or something like that. And then I talked to the boss. I was like, "Hey, are you looking to hire like someone for that position?" And they say yes. And then you're like, you've shown them that you're a good worker and stuff. It's like, I can learn, I can do this, show that want, that need, and then they'll be like, "Okay, here you go." They'll give you a little bit more responsibility, maybe a little bit more money. Boom. Now you're, I became like a barista, bartender, everything but the food. And so, yeah, started working with customers, started doing barista stuff, started doing bartending, all that different stuff. Got my OLCC, all that stuff, building up, right? So you can't just expect to just jump into the best kitchen. You got to start from the ground up, just like any other job. So, then you do everything but the food, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're doing just the food, and you're running a whole restaurant by yourself. So, that desire and that showing of you wanting to like do better is giving 110% is going to be just as important just as important in this job as it is in the other job. So yeah, so we got about 5 minutes. I think we're pretty good. 105. I appreciate you guys being here. I don't want to, I don't like going on too long because it seems like it just like dies out and whatnot, and it just seems like a dumb stream. So I just want to make sure you guys get your questions answered. That way, next time you guys can come in with a little bit of knowledge. So, but yeah, I guess to wrap things up, this is what you guys need to do. I think this is like 1,000 times better than going out and eating and paying 5 to 6 times as much because you're too lazy or you don't want to do dishes. So and please complete your breakfast. Yes, I will after. I don't. Kitchen folk are used to eating cold dishes. Like we'll order food and then a bunch of people will show up. We'll go to the bathroom and then a bunch of people will show up. So trust me, I'll eat this and it'll make it all delicious. But yeah. So I guess we'll end it there, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. All the great questions and everything like that. Again, I want to show you guys how to do things and be more self-sufficient. So that way, if you do want to take care of a girl, boom, you're taken care of. You not only can take care of her, you can take care of you, and you can show her a good time and something different that other people don't do. Because a lot of guys don't know how to cook. A lot of women don't know how to cook. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So the fact that you take her to your place and you made her this awesome dinner and stuff like that, you'll get bounds ahead that way. So yeah, and then also it's just feeding and taking care of yourself. It's a hard economic time that's going on right now. It's hard to take care of yourself as a solo person or a family. So if you want to have your money stretch a little farther, buy in bulk and just use multiple things for different dishes. Okay? So I appreciate you guys. P. Solomon, Joe Bob, Brad, Nishant, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, everyone was awesome, and I appreciate you guys. Like I said, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I hate to keep bringing it up, but that's how you got to get it out there. You guys do that more, I can start building better things for you, doing better stuff for you, and get better quality videos to you. So I appreciate you guys. Again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are all going to be the days, and possibly Saturday and Sundays every now and again. Maybe we'll do like a brunch Sunday every once in a while. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys, and I have started to say it. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you. And this is just being humble. Like one of the things about being a chef is being humble. Anyone can do my job. Anyone can be a better chef. It's just about how you put out good food for good people. And I've been saying a new saying. I haven't said it exactly the same every time, but I want you guys to have a great day. And what I like to say to you guys is be well, eat well, and live well. You guys are the best. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one on Wednesday. Peace.